Sagittarius. It's your girl, Jady, High Priestess, back at it again with your general tarot reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2023. Welcome to summer. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything for free shit. Check out my Instasham at justj_everything. TikTok at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. All the links are in the description box below. I feel some type of way about this bow. It felt like there may be something shifting about your aesthetic. Something shifting about or letting yourself explore other aesthetics possibly. Be sure to check out the Cancer season astrology video that has the intricate astrological transit dates and whatnot. But honestly, Sagittarius, there's a lot of what feels like smooth sailing for you when I lean into your energy. Let's go ahead and create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, divinely aligned messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2023. It's like sitting pretty, allowing yourself to get comfortable. Jupiter, luck, fortune, prosperity, abundance, travel, philosophy, higher learning. Jupiter hanging out in Taurus, the sign of money and possessions. And I do feel like this is what we've been training for, actually, because Sagittarius, we've been talking about Jupiter presenting you with the buffet. And when you're at the buffet, do you know when to stop eating? Do you know when enough is enough? Do you know your limits? Do you know what's a healthy dose? What's a healthy amount of exploration? Never stop exploring. Yeah, but also know what is masterful for your incarnation. What's masterful for you. What's too much for someone else ain't got shit to do with you. But I do feel like the prosperity, the goodness that comes in, you've learned a lot of lessons about what to do with it. Make sure that you don't squander it. So let's dive in. Hydrate, light it if you got it. As we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2023. First card out is the Tower reversed. Interesting. I said the buffet is coming. This is some sort of a change that you are possibly evading or trying to like juke or sidestep in some sort of way. There could have been a shift in a connection with someone with Aries or Scorpio placements. A shift in some sort of something that you thought was stable. So your first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne in Cancer season is what is your, do you have like an exit strategy? Is your exit strategy, of course you do. Your exit strategy, I feel like, isn't working anymore or is not up to date or up to par. There could be something here about like your defense mechanisms. She's a runner, she's a track star. Some of you are like a flight risk. You know what I mean? And not some of you, most of you are. You know what I mean? And there's something like, you know, haha, like funny about that. But also it's just like, at what point do you start to crave, like how many hearts have had to break, how many people have, you know, you trampled over before you start to realize like, oh, maybe I do want something stable. Maybe consistency is good for me. And like, that's just growing up, of course. So like, don't judge yourself, but I do feel like there is something here about like slowing down, surrendering, hindsight. It's like let go or be dragged. Either way, you're going to get put in a position of surrendering. Like hands up, don't shoot. I feel like also for some of you who like to be out here in the streets, don't be drinking and driving. I really feel like avoid like violence, avoid fighting, avoid like hanging out with people who are about that life if you are not about that life. So yeah, there is some sort of ending of a cycle, or like a a brand new cycle in the realm of your mind after a period of pain or change. There could just be some sort of uncomfortable change. I feel like the divine is trying to really upgrade your knowledge, upgrade your actions, really, some of you I feel like have been, I mean, you're Jupiter, you're represented by the Wheel of Fortune. That's seasons. There's seasons at the top and there's seasons on the bottom. You know what I mean? And I feel like you will be experiencing the full spectrum. But I do feel like there is a way to avoid the tower, and it's listening to your intuition. Allowing yourself to listen to your higher self. When that judgment, when that trumpet of truth starts to sound within you, you need to be willing to listen. Otherwise, you build stuff that you want to stay on foundations that are unstable. It's like trying to build a house on quicksand. So stop avoiding the change just because you know it's going to change. Stop, I feel like there's it's like you're avoiding something because you know it's going to change everything, or because you're afraid of someone's reaction, possibly. 7 of Cups on its side, kind of like not reversed really, but it kind of I just feel like you or someone around you has been creating a confusing environment. There's been either a change in, like, some of you have been like hanging out at like you're at the party house, or you are the party house. You've been going and hanging out and partying a lot, or drinking a lot, smoking too much, or like playing a lot of video games, or like reading so much that you're like isolated, working out so much that it's all you do. Like there's something about like escapism or evasion, possibly. I feel like there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options that need to be explored. There's a lot of good things that you're good at. This is just like there's so much that you want to do and you don't know where to start. And where you've got to start is stillness. Where you've got to start is observation. Where you've got to start is one. Ooh! And then behind that, I saw a 2, and it's the 2 of Cups. You are my dream come true, too. Just wanna be with you. The girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. Yeah. Actually, fuck Brian McKnight. He's a horrible person. He's a horrible father. He's like oof. So careful of who you have on a pedestal, or who you idolize, or there could be people around you who have you on a pedestal, and you may be like falling from grace in some sort of way, or you need to like break the illusion that you've created, or the illusion or the stigma around you, possibly, and that could require you to stand up and speak a truth in some sort of way. But I do feel like for those of you, it's like some of you have multiple business ideas or multiple creative ideas, or there's like multiple hobbies, multiple things that you're wanting to do. And I feel like you can really change, like either monetize these things. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. I feel like either you can monetize some of these hobbies or these businesses. But I feel like some of us have been in this place where we're like sleeping on ourselves, trying to evade the shadows with distractions. Regardless of how the distraction has manifested, there has been a distraction, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you've not been paying attention or giving the love to your shadow the way that you really need to. And it's getting ready to go autonomous and push your ass out of the way. And you don't need your shadow running the show. You don't. So you're needing to look at whatever has you in lack or scarcity mentality, whatever it is that you've been holding on to. You're needing to really allow yourself to have some like quality me time and and meditate and allow yourself to, and ask the God of your understanding, ask your guides, like, yo, hands up, don't shoot. I don't want to go through the same cycle again. I don't want to, like, I'm trying to shift things, like, really, like, show me the way, like, reveal yourself to me, reveal my path. Like, it's time to, like, if, I don't know why I'm getting, like, hands up, don't shoot, but it's just, like, keep yourself out of fucking sticky or sketchy situations. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes in Cancer season. I'm telling you, Cancers are about that life. They are cardinal water. This is like, here in Cancer season, you can really experience the destructive force of water. Water can fucking bamboozle that ass. You know what I mean? And you need to be careful. And so be careful of taking visualization to a point where you're like dissociating or isolating yourself. It's like, yes, allow yourself to meditate, allow yourself to be receptive to spirit. You don't, like, some of you, you know, are needing, if you want to push to visualize and spend time like visualizing whatever it is that you're wanting to experience, or you're wanting to manifest or materialize in your physical life, I feel like there's some sort of like karma being balanced, karma being restored, justice or the scales being restored in some sort of way. And while the Wheel of Fortune is mid-spin, you just need to really evaluate like what's going on emotionally with you. And are you in a position where you're trying to hide your emotions? And if you're hiding your emotions, you're betraying yourself. And if you're betraying yourself, you're probably betraying other people. And so, or hurting other people inadvertently or accidentally in some sort of way. And so it's just like, break through the facade. This is smoke and mirrors, smoke and look at all the smoke, all the clouds. It's just like, break through whatever, if this is a vice, if this is a toxic relationship, if this is a business venture that's not going as planned, if this is a relationship that is keeping you stagnant or pulling you backwards into destructive behaviors or thought processes, it's time to don't be a groupie, keep it moving. Very much so. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This message is coming out really strongly, and I knew that Magician was coming out. Center of the reading, the Magician this is Mercury. So there may be somebody with Gemini or Virgo placements that you're needing to divest from or establish boundaries with. Stop trying to it's like, why are you planting dead seeds? Why are you watering dead plants? It's like, you're divinely supported. You have everything you need to tap into your willpower, harness said willpower, move forward and express. Like, you have to use your voice. You have to, this is Mercury. You have to use your voice. You have to use your mind. You have to proclaim. You have to declare. It's funny. It's like, when the people shouted is when the walls of Jericho fell down. And so there's something about using your voice, understanding your voice's vibration. You know what I mean? And with vibration, we can alter the frequency. Shifting the frequency is shifting the vibration. Shifting the vibration is shifting the frequency. I feel like in Cancer season, it's time for you to really focus on what you've learned about yourself. What have you discovered about yourself lately, Sagittarius? What skills or talents, what do you need to develop? Or what skills or talents have you developed that you need to start sharing or advertising? There could be investing in some sort of a manager or a social media manager, or some kind of studying that, allowing yourself to study business more. Queen of Pentacles reversed, because I do feel like there's something about doing stuff yourself. Some of you are on either spectrum. You strive to do everything that yourself, and you want to learn and be masterful at everything. And so now it's slowing you down on other projects because you're trying to learn something, and it's like getting at your self-worth because it's not moving as fast as you want to. You need to hire somebody else. Invest in the money. Others of you, it's just there is something about not mismanaging, or there's something about like be done mismanaging your money, and trying to get everybody else to do stuff. Like I feel like some of you have been going to certain people over and over, and it's just like nobody is as good as this certain person, or like no one can do it as good as you, so you might as well do it. Some of you are trying to avoid hard work, and I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, like Cancer season is not the time to avoid putting in the actions that are required to match your ambition. And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it's like it's really important for you to be watching what you eat, investing in viewing your body as an investment, so buying better quality food, working out, being consistent. But some of you are taking that to extreme where you're like really like restrictive on your caloric intake. You're overworking out, like you may need to like really let yourself gain weight or put on like get healthy, get cushy. It doesn't have to be cushy. I know I heard as soon as I was like cushy. No, you don't have to get cushy, but I also feel like you would benefit from some curve, from some va-va-voom, you know what I mean? I feel like the closer we get to Leo season, there could be just some stuff going on with your self-worth, stuff that hurts, stuff that disappoints you, or previous heartbreak or pain or disappointment may be coming up to be articulated. And it's coming up because I feel like the divine's not letting you numb the way that you used to. You can't distract yourself. You can't run from your shadow. You can't run from your darkness or your pain or the disappointment the way that you used to. And you're going to have to, with Mercury now in Gemini, your shadow, Mercury, the planet of the mind, the planet of communication, articulation, early education. Mercury in your shadow is about to get you all the way together and helping you really articulate what the fuck has been going on with your self-worth. Therefore, what the fuck has been going on with your ability to make or save money, or build this business or expand this business, or get over this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or get over this, person who was really superficial. Some of you have to call out or talk to someone who's like you're putting on blast, somebody who's been really, really superficial in some way, really like in it for the clout or in it for what they can do for you, or they want to be in association with you, or if you are displaying this behavior, trust and believe that's not going to work anymore. So be careful of only wanting to be around people who are like good for the brand, like, you know what I mean. Final card, final message, please, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This feels like a great reading. It feels like you're really learning fast. You're able to absorb knowledge. I feel like you're learning from past mistakes. You just can't be afraid to let go. You can't be afraid to, like, you are the sign of the Wheel of Fortune. Seven of Swords, final card. And the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like some of you are like in this place in Cancer season, you're being forced to really feel your feelings. You're really being forced to articulate and put into words and maybe even vocalize the ways that you've been betrayed, the ways that you've been hurt, the people who have hurt you, the ways that those pains have like impacted your present. And I feel like there's something here about making sure that you don't, if you keep numbing, if you keep like running from your feelings, if you don't let yourself articulate or process or fall apart and so you can put yourself together, like if you don't give yourself that, I feel like there's something about you becoming a hurt person who hurts people. And you being like overly sharp or blunt with your words and attacking other people's character. And it's just like, you don't need to go dark. You know what I mean? But I feel like you're coming into Cancer season kind of being forced to really look at your shadow. And your shadow for you is going to be interwoven in the Taurus shit, in the habits, in your day-to-day habits, and how you treat your body, and how you spend your money, and how much power you give money in your life. You know what I mean? So I do feel like there is some sort of like humbling that's coming in this humbling experiences that are coming in that are going to help you acknowledge, like, damn, I've been moving too fast. It's okay to slow down. If I keep moving at this pace, I'm going to keep making shitty decisions, or I'm going to make decisions that I'm going to regret, or I'm going to move too fast or hurt people or have to go back and apologize because I'm just moving too fast. And Mars is also in Leo right now. And so Mars, the god of war, ambition, drive, in Leo, a fixed fire is like, wow, you know, there's just a lot of firepower. There's a lot of ego. There's, you know, flying around. So let's take a look at this. 2 major arcana, one in the beginning, one in the center of the reading, and 1 court card. So I feel like the closer we get to Leo season, the more the more you may want to like just spend by yourself. There could just be something about like the company you keep. So with the Tower being the first card out, Tower reversed being the first card out, there is something here about like, I feel like something jarring or something like upsetting possibly happening, and it's going to show you, damn, I keep responding in this way when upsetting situations happen. Or my first impulse is this. Some of you, it used to be drugs. Some of you, it's like it used to be drugs and now it's spirituality. Or it used to be drugs and now it's like adventure. Or like, it's still like, hey, let's evaluate our relationship to chaos. And how we harness chaos and the excuse we use for chaos to make us do stuff, you know, or push us in certain directions. I feel like your relationship to numbing versus recovering is shifting. Your relationship to your shadow, getting to know the parts of yourself, that raw, uncut, unfiltered version of yourself. You really starting to see that you have so much to offer. There's so much that you desire. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that's coming in. Maybe Aries placements, that there's still some sort of confusion or something that's left unsaid, unfinished business in some sort of way. And I just feel like you will have the opportunity to clear up a lot of confusion, to tie up a lot of loose ends, to really help create and generate freedom for yourself and other people by way of using your words and expressing your feelings. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to help you start to get closer to financial stability. You creating that freedom within yourself and that freedom for other people is going to really put you in a place where like self-doubt starts to like fall away from you, and you don't have to be in like protective mode anymore. But I do feel like there may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that you need to have like a talking with or a talking to, especially if they are like an air sign. I just feel like you may start to see how people are like taking away from you. I feel, yeah, it's like the parasitic relationships in your life get really like get a spotlight on them. They get the moonlight on them. You know what I mean? They get like jolted with lightning. So there definitely could be some sort of disruptive experience you're having with someone with Aries, Scorpio, or Aquarius placements. Someone in authority. I feel like your relationship to authority, your relationship to discipline is shifting. What's going on with your ability to create a plan and stick to it? What's going on? Are you feeling like spiritually stuck or like creative blocks? If that is the case, then there's some sort of something that needs to be said. That needs to be like put into words or articulated. You know what it is. As soon as I said it, you thought about it. If you need to send the fucking text, send the text. If you need to write a letter and burn it, whatever. I'm just saying, the truth sets you free. And it puts the world in your hands and puts you in a position to make very different choices and to take the road less traveled and to get out of your comfort zone and to do that thing that you love, which is exploring and seeing if the grass is greener other places. For some of you, this could be about shifting your relationship status, but we'll look at that more in the Patreon plunge. Don't be afraid of the tidal wave. You are a patient who will be able to survive the cure of aggressive, Cancerian tsunamis. Let's get fucking into it. I'll see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.